This is my pleasure to give SCM Lifescience company presentation at Cell and Gene meeting on the May 2021. I'm Rhee. I'm the CEO of the company. My presentation contains some forward-looking statement, and I'm CEO of the company, and also I'm serving chairman of the board of KOSDAQ, our partner company in the US, and also chairman of COM. COM is Council for Advanced Regenerative Medicine in Korea. It's a Korean version of ARM. We have around more than 70 member companies. Formerly, I was the chairman of Korea Bio and the vice chairman of CKD Farm and the president and CEO of Green Cross. Also, I was CEO of Expression Genetics, which is developing non-viral polymeric gene carrier system in the US. SCM stands for Specialized Cell Medicine. And we are covering stem cell, immune cell, and the tissue engineering part. For stem cell part, we are using our proprietary technology to make high purity stem cells. And we have disease-specific stem cells for each indication. And we are also expanding to iPSC. For stem cell part, we are developing immune and neurologic disease and the diabetes and the muscle-related disease. For immune cell part, our partner company in US and Italy, we are developing next generation allogeneic CAR-T KCD19 for leukemia project and the mRNA-loaded dendritic cell cancer vaccine for solid cancers. For tissue engineering part, we are developing novel concept of cellular engineering called cell sheet, and we are developing fibrosis project. The strength of SCM is we have a global cGMP manufacturing facility for cell therapy in the US. This is our company overview. For stem cell part, 3 projects is on clinical trial. Chronic GVHD is a phase 2 trial. Acute pancreatitis is a phase 2A. And atopic dermatitis is a phase 2 trial. For immune cell part, advanced renal cell carcinoma is in phase 2B trial in the US. And acute lymphocytic leukemia is phase 1/2A trial in Italy. We have partners in Asia, Duopharma Malaysia, and in Korea we have Handong. We established the Co-Immune in the US, and through Co-Immune, we acquired the Formula Pharmaceuticals in Italy. SCM had a successful IPO in KOSDAQ last year. Our expansion strategy is we are more focusing on immuno-oncology pipelines. And for stem cell part, we are developing neurodegenerative disease pipelines and iPS pipelines. This is our proprietary isolation technology called the subfractionation culturing method. Most other stem cell companies using density gradient centrifugation method called GCM. And by using this, heterogeneous stromal cell can be produced and the threshold at passage 7 and high variation in differentiation abilities. By using subfractionation culturing method, we don't use centrifugation and we can produce homogeneous clonal mesenchymal stem cells and the production at passage 8 to 12. This is clonal stem cells with high superior differentiation abilities. Atopic dermatitis is in phase 2 trial, and we will finish phase 2 trial in 2022 and moving phase 3 trial. Phase 3 trial will be done in Korea by Handong and in Asian part by Duopharma. Chronic GVHD also in phase 2 trial, and we already got orphan drug designation for this one. And according to the new regenerative medicine law in Korea, we can apply conditional market approval after phase 2 trial. Acute pancreatitis is in currently phase 2A trial, and also we got the orphan drug designation. Spinocerebellar ataxia is a licensed in product, and we have filed IND for phase 2 trial in Korea. We also filed the orphan drug designation for this product. For atopic dermatitis, we are competing with a Sanofi product called Dupixent. Dupixent is a monoclonal antibody called dupilumab, And this is for subcutaneous injection every 2 weeks. And the annual cost is around $37,000. For stem cell product, SCM AGH, we give IV infusion 3 times for 2-week interval. And those, we can maintain the efficacy at least 6 months to 1 year. And cost will be much lower than. We have done moderate to severe atopic dermatitis phase 1 trial and 20 patients. Cohort 1 is 500,000 cells per kg, 3 times biweekly. And cohort 2 is 1 million cells per kg, 3 times biweekly. This was an open label study, and the primary endpoint was EASI-50 at week 12. This is the result. For efficacy part, EASI-50 at week 12, we showed 13 patients among 19 patients, so 68% efficacy. Among these 13 effective patients, 12 patients maintained efficacy until week 24. So this is 92%. But overall, around 63% of patients showed efficacy until week 24. And there's no drug-related adverse events. Comparing low dose to high dose, there's no difference between 2 doses. So we have chosen low dose for our phase 2 clinical trial. But this is a phase 2 trial, 72 patient trial, and multi-center, double-blind, placebo-controlled. Primary endpoint is EASI-50 at week 12. Among 72 patients, currently we enrolled around 37 patients. So we will finish patient enrollment by end of this year. Steroid refractory chronic GVHD trial. This is a 74 patient trial, and we give 1 million cells per kg 3 times biweekly, also double-blind, placebo-controlled. Primary endpoint is overall response rate at week 12. Among 37 patients, currently we enrolled around 56 patients. Moderate to severe acute pancreatitis. This is a 36 patient trial, and this is the same 1 million cells per kg. But dosing regimen is different. This is a daily 3 dose for day 0, day 1, day 2. Also double-blind placebo-controlled trial. Primary endpoint is change from baseline in modified Marshall score on day 7, or change from baseline in CTSI on day 28. We have enrolled around 28 patients. The future direction of a stem cell will be neurodegenerative disease area and anti-aging. So we are more focusing on this area. To do this, we need to roll down the manufacturing cost. So we are working the company in California called the PBS Biotech by using these vertical wheel bioreactors. This is a disposable plastic bag with a vertical wheel. You can supply medium with the cells, and this vertical wheel doing very gentle mixing, very low shear stress, and this system is good for cell therapy area. This system has a true scalability from 0.5 liter, 3 liter, 15 liter, and 80 liter, 240 liters. And a single system, and we can utilize this system for commercial manufacturing for therapeutic cells. This is a comparison between 2-dimensional culture and the 3-dimensional culture. 2-dimensional process, we're using 1 million cells, 1 master cell bank, and by using plastic culture and the cell stack culture, we can produce 0.7 billion cells after 15 days. By using this vertical wheel 3D bioreactors, the same 1 master cell bank, we use a 3D bioreactor PBS 15, and we can produce 10 billion cells after 13 days, which shows more than 10 times higher yield. And we can lower the manufacturing cost dramatically. For immune cell part, acute lymphocytic leukemia is in phase 2 trial. We finished that, and we are moving this project to US and Korea. This is allogenic and no virus use. Advanced renal cell carcinoma is a phase 1/2 trial, 2B trial. And for using KOSDAQ CD19, we are expanding to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and the chronic lymphocytic leukemia. The main issue for CAR-T product is high cost and high risk of CRS, because they're using autologous cells and lentivirus or retrovirus. So cost is over $400,000 and the risk of CRS. For co-immune project, we are using allogenic and no virus use. So you can produce a very low cost and very much less CRS. For autologous CAR-T therapies, this is high treatment cost and high risk of CRS and logistic issues. But advantage of allogenic KOSDAQ, we can lower the price and the better safety and the high efficacy. We're using the CDP transposon system for this case. This is advanced renal cell carcinoma. So from autologous patients, we convert monocytes to dendritic cells. And we do tumor collection from the patient and isolate the tumor mRNA. And also CD40 ligand mRNA and load them to the dendritic cells and give back to the patient. So this advanced renal cell carcinoma is in phase 2B trial, 9 subjects. Standard of care is the first line is Opdivo, and the second line is imatinib and everolimus. And for each first line and second therapy, our treated group is get CMN 001, 1.2 times 10 to 7 dendritic cell care. And this is open label, multi-center studies. Primary endpoint is overall survival for the duration of the study. This is our pipeline expansion scenario, allogenic KOSDAQ from ALL to CLL and NHL, and the mRNA-loaded dendritic cell cancer vaccine from renal cell carcinoma to liver cancer to lung cancer. So we raised $45 million for Series A, and we are now moving into a phase 2 trial. This is our open innovation strategy. So with the Asian market, we are working with Duopharma, our stem cells. And with the University of Utah, we are working for the cell sheet development for kidney fibrosis. In Korean market, we are working with Hando for atopic dermatitis stem cells. And for immuno-oncology part, co-immune is developing mRNA-loaded dendritic cell cancer vaccine. And the Formula Pharmaceuticals is developing next generation allogenic KOSDAQ CD19 for the ALL and the CLL. For stem cell neurodegenerative disease area, we licensed the product from Steminant for spinocerebellar ataxia. And this year, we are expanding to iPSC area. So company in San Diego called Elia Biotherapeutics, we are developing insulin-dependent diabetics mellitus. And the company in Johns Hopkins area, Vita Therapeutics, we are developing muscle-related rare area. This is our development roadmap. In 2021, we will file the IND filing of phase 2 spinocerebellar ataxia, and we'll complete phase 1/2 allogenic KOSDAQ CD19 in Italy, and moving this project to the US and Korea. Completion of phase 2 chronic GVHD and atopic dermatitis patient enrollment in Korea. In 2022, IND filing of phase 3 atopic dermatitis in Korea and Malaysia, and also IND filing phase 2 allogenic KOSDAQ CD19 in US, Korea, and the completion of phase 2B advanced renal cell carcinoma in US. In 2023, co-immune will go for NASDAQ ITO and the conditional market approval chronic GVHD in Korea. Thank you for listening to my presentation.